And the thing is, you're saying, well, you can always go on, November, remember the 4th of November, November 5th, and vote for, or November 4th, because I can't remember, and vote for.
Wait a second. So you're telling me that after you've investigated the electoral process in America, you're ready to share on social media your well thought out reasons for not voting, and you don't even know what day the election's on? This is a video response to Jenny McDermott's I'm Not Voting. And it's also relevant to another video I just responded to on this channel, The Amazing Atheist's Trump 2016, and anybody else who has reasons for not voting this year or any year. Disclosure here, I previously was a voter registration drive organizer, and on this channel and others, I showed many different people to be registering to vote because I was there motivating them to do so and giving them reasons why they should vote. So first of all, the presidential election in America is held every 4 years on the Tuesday after the first Monday. And I understand that that's a formula that can get confusing because it changes, year after year. But that's how we figure out when the day is. But Google it. Fucking Google it. Before you open your mouth to the whole world, fucking Google it. Shit. So, in the first minute of Jenny McDermott's video, she said that she's not going to vote because politicians choose what they do based on money they get from corporations. You know what would be a better way for politicians to choose what they do? By the voice of the people. How would they get that voice? Holy shit, by fucking voting! Oh my god! Oh. Okay, so Jenny also says that she doesn't believe in a two-party system. Well, good news, neither does the Constitution of the United States of America. Neither does any law in America except which political parties you can register to be a part of. Here in my state, in Colorado, because these parties have met the minimum requirements, we have Republicans, we have Democrats, we have the Libertarians, we have the Green Party, we have the American Constitution Party. Really creepy guys. If you want to start your own club, all you have to do is meet some minimum requirements, and you can get yourself on the form to be able to register to vote so that people can register to be part of your party. And if enough people do that, then you're going to get certain perks. Because it's just easier for the government to deal with groups of people that meet minimum requirements. So, yeah. There are many different parties you could be voting for, and they're not getting your vote to strengthen their numbers and their showing in the election because you've decided, they're not one of the top two and they don't really have very good chances, so I'm just going to quit. I'm going to take my ball and go home because it's not Bernie. So, also, Jenny McDermott said that she doesn't like the electoral college system because it's antiquated, and there are many different arguments for that. That we should go to a different system, maybe even a direct democracy. But that's not what we have in America. We have a representative constitutional republic thing. There's many different ways to describe it, but yeah, we don't have a direct democracy because, and here's the thing, direct democracies are not as protective of minority people like, say, Jenny McDermott, who happens to be an atheist. And let's say not the prettiest girl in California. And if California was a direct democracy, maybe they would say, oh, you know what? We don't like that ugly girl who's an atheist. Let's vote her out of the state, when you have republics, minorities are protected from the majority. There's at least a modicum of protection. Okay. So it's not just a problem with the electoral college, the way that some certain states are represented better than others as far as their power in electing the president, because that's also a problem with the way that our Congress is made up, because you get just as many electoral college members as you do members of Congress, and the way that Congress has operated in recent years, in basically the second half of my life, is it's been deadlocked, right? And basically neither party can really get anything really substantive done, and we're slowing down progress because we're always basically saying, you know, we voted on this, but let's relook at the same situation again and again and again because we didn't win everything that we wanted to the last time. And Jenny McDermott says that she has a problem with the way that the Electoral College basically turns into a winner-take-all system. Now, we didn't used to have a winner-take-all system. And she's given you a little bit of a history lesson in her video, but let me go a little bit deeper into this. We used to have a system where it was not winner-take-all, and the person who lost the election for presidency actually got something. We used to have the system where they became vice president if they got the second most votes. And that changed in 1804 with the 12th Amendment to the Constitution. Now, why did it change? Why did people not want the person who came in second place to become vice president or get any power anymore? You know, why did they not give them some other role in the government? Well, first, we had the experience of the president, John Adams, and the vice president, Thomas Jefferson, from opposing parties. And what happened there? Well, I want you to use your imagination about what would happen if Hillary Clinton became president and Donald Trump was the vice president, commenting on every decision she made from a position of authority where he can get cameras on him at any time and have news media there all the time when he wants to do a press conference on how he feels about how she's doing as president. How well do you think that would work for America? Okay, so that happened in 1796 when John Adams was president and Thomas Jefferson was vice president, and they were from opposing parties. Okay, we don't have that anymore, because when that happened, we proposed the 12th Amendment to the Constitution. Then, just to add fucking icing on the cake for our reasons for going away from that system, we had Jefferson and Aaron Burr. They tied for the presidency in 1800, and they were both from the same political party, the Democratic Republicans. And that created a little bit of a tension there because it was splitting that party apart. And so it took a whole bunch of contentious ballot votes to be able to figure out what to do there. And basically, Congress ended up deciding, instead of the people, you know, it in a way that was completely removed from the people, it was all just the representatives, that Jefferson would be president, just, you know, based on their vote. Not really the will of the people, which had Aaron Burr getting half the votes. So yeah, you're whining about winner take all. Well, move the fuck to Maine or Nebraska, okay? If you went to Nebraska, you'd have two perks. One, it wouldn't be a winner take all system because half the electoral votes go to the second place party. You know, in a way that's even Steven. You know, it's anyway. The second perk you'd get is you'd be a solid 6 there, and you'd get a lot of tips at Texas Roadhouse if you work there. So you also have a problem with electors changing their mind in your video. And I'm just going to say the prescient example right now would be Hillary Clinton's health. Mailman. Dogs love them. Anyway, Hillary Clinton's health. She's fainted a couple times. Well, what if she didn't make it to the election? Would you be satisfied with the Republicans saying, well, that's the person who won your primary, so you can't put in anyone else? No, I would like the electors to be able to say, you know what, we changed our mind, even though the people said Hillary Clinton, she's dead, we're now going to go for Bernie Sanders. I want them to be able to, fix any sort of snafu that happens in that time. Also, you said, let's see the ruination of the country, because maybe people need to see things get really, really bad so that they know that they need to start voting as socialists or whatever. And I'm just going to say, my parallel for that would be when people connect the 9/11 tragedy to being an inside job and being the work of, say, George W. Bush in their conspiracy theory. In that analogy, using that as a parallel, you would be the person who is responsible behind the scenes, and you, instead of hitting the Twin Towers with jets, you'd be hitting all of America with Trump. That's what you're you actually are that evil thing that people are afraid of and make conspiracy theories out of when you say shit like that. And the last thing I'm going to say is, you say that, liberal colleges have taught us that we have to vote and voting is important. Well, and I don't think it is. Well, previously on YouTube, my baseline for the minimum amount of intelligence that you needed to be able to spout your opinions on YouTube and not have me get angry at you was maybe InventorGorilla. And before he died, I can prove to you right here on this Facebook app, even InventorGorilla knows that it's fucking important to fucking vote. See that right there? Join the club, grow a brain cell, fucking vote. The last part of Jenny McDermott's video that I'm going to respond to is the bit about Russell Brand's let's all protest by not voting, and that'll show them. Because comedians, is there anything they don't know? Why would a politician listen to anything that you have to say if you pepper it with, oh, by the way, I'm not voting? You've just given them carte blanche to do whatever they want and not listen to any of your concerns and do the exact things that are making you unhappy right now. Just keep on doing them because you've removed yourself from the mechanism by which they get elected to their job and the mechanism by which they find out what you want out of them. Okay, last thing I'm going to say is this is relevant to Jenny's video and the Amazing Atheist's video and everybody else who doesn't want to vote because they find the two leading politicians in the presidential election to be, unsavory. There are other things to fucking vote for on the ballot. Important things. Laws. Ballot referendums. Other people who are running for other offices at local levels that are way more important to your life than the fucking presidency. Seriously. Check it out. Google it. There are websites dedicated to telling you everything that's going to be on the ballot that you can vote for. If you don't want to vote for the presidency, seriously, if you don't want to vote for that because you find those two characters to be unsavory and you don't think anyone else is going to win, and you don't even want to protest by writing someone down, you can leave that portion blank and it will not spoil the rest of your fucking ballot. You can vote on everything else. There's some important shit there. Fucking vote. Link in the description box to a way to look up how to register to vote in your state, because there are different laws in different states. So link in the description box. I'm just going to send you to Rock the Vote so that you guys can get the best for everyone. You know, it's a very good website. That's where I send everyone.